I'm alright. I feel a bit better than normal. I thought I was on weight, but my scales were wrong, so it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. But I still got plenty of time, but like with £3 to go. So hopefully this bath and towels, and I should be pretty much back on there. So I failed 2 hours, so more less than I thought actually. Yeah.
I think it's 7 now. What time's the weigh-ins and ceremony weigh-ins after
that? Between 9 and 10. So I want to talk to making the time really. I usually try and give myself an hour per £2 really, just in case. So I got 2 hours for £3, so I should be fine really. No it's come. I'll do 20 minutes of bath. Sometimes it gets towards the end, you're going to hit like 15s and stuff, so it just depends on how I feel. But I'll say I might hit for 20 minutes in the towels as well, but I might not make it up another £3 to go, so I might just do 15 bath, 15 towels, and see what I'm at then.
Mr. Fisher! Mr. Fisher, 145, plus 1. Stay still, please. 146 on the button. Nice job, Mr. Fisher. And you knew where you were, didn't you?
We got out here on Wednesday. We flew Manchester, London, and London to Milan. It's been actually really good so far, to be honest with you. I've really enjoyed it.
Obviously been keeping on track of your own weight as well, with fighting yourself in a couple of weeks' time. Obviously helping Fisher, and obviously he's not cutting weight yourself, but you know what I mean.
But like for me, like my weight's never really an issue anyway. It's like I never really have to cut too much weight anyway to make weight. You know, I could probably cut now to make sure I make 145. I mean, it wouldn't be nice, but I could definitely do it. So just out here helping fish. So.
What's your fight camp like at the minute? 2 weeks out.
Our fight camp's been great. I mean, it's always the same, to be honest with you. Always the same. Always got good training partners in the gym, good coaching. It's never no different really. You know, obviously there's like a few little different bits that I like to implement into my game. Things that areas that I need to get better at, or areas that I need to focus on specifically for the fight. But like that all gets covered, you know, with like my team and things like that.
So there's that sort of specifics you've been working on for that opponent then, or is it?
There are specifics I am like working on for him.
Is that because of him or for yourself, if you know what I mean? Have you areas of your own game?
Both. So it's like for him, obviously, like I'm not gonna sit and be like, I'm just gonna like not like plan for this dude, because then I feel like I'm not respecting him. You know, like you have to respect every single opponent that they put in front of you. You know, so you do study his game, team help study his game, discuss the do's and don'ts, the things that we want to work on, the things that we want to stay away from, the things that I feel like I could implement well, and my things that he does well, but just focusing on more on myself, you know, just accepting what he's good at and not being naive and sitting there and like, well, I'm just going to smash him. Well, at the end of the day, it's a fist fight and anything can happen, you know, like, so yeah, just I think the most important thing is just having a good team around you, you know, helps build you, and not just you, but builds the team as a whole, and it's all good experience, you know. You got like I tell you, who's been a really big help this camp. Justin Burleson's been like a really big help. Ben Goldsborough's been a big help. Like Ben's always a really big help for me, to be fair, because he's always holding pads for me, teaching me like little tricks and things like that. And the same with Justin. Justin's like been a massive help. He's kind of like filled a little slot in like a coaching role.
Obviously being a big star on Cage Warriors himself.
Yeah, and he's super experienced as well. You know, like he's super experienced, and you know, like he sees things that I don't see in fights as well. You know, like, and that's why I like having him there, because I believe in his abilities, and I've got like I'm fully confident in like if he sees something that I don't, and we go with it, you know. And then there's things that we work on together. He takes me on the pads all the time whenever I need. He's kind of, like I say, he's kind of filled that coaching role now.
Yeah.
For this camp, like, so he's been a massive help as well, like, for me.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a shot.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better now. Obviously, when you've cut weight and stuff, it just takes a few hours to get back to feeling normal again. So I feel normal now, a little bit tired. So obviously that's lack of sleep last night, and obviously cutting the weight. But I feel like I'm back to normal self now.
Were you up later than usual cutting weight?
It's just hard to sleep because obviously I was cutting till about like 11:30 I think last night, and then I had like maybe 3-4 hours sleep, and I woke up again early in the morning, and then just had to do the rest this morning.
Yeah. How was it for your weight cut? Was it one of the better ones, or was it?
So the one I done, obviously not yesterday, but the fight before, that was the worst one I done, and I maybe came in a bit heavier for whatever reason. But this time I was a little bit lighter this time, so it did come off all right. My scales played about a bit, and I kind of thought it was lighter than I was. And I checked on the real scales, and it was like, because I left it a bit late, so it was a bit of a panic and trying to get that sorted. But it was alright. I kept a good attitude all the way through, and that's the main thing really. When if like something goes wrong and you start like whinging about it and moaning about it, it can make it makes your mind go absolutely crazy sometimes. But I kept a good attitude about it.
Was there anything you learned from that last one that you've taken into this one then?
I just the way I came in. I think I just came in a bit heavier, and I tried to make sure I didn't do that. I think I learned. I've got some notes. I've even learned stuff off yesterday. That I maybe could have done a bit better. Because I thought, because I was lighter, some things would be a bit easier, and when it was easier, I didn't lose as much weight, so just using that to move forward and realise it's meant to be hard regardless.
Yeah. How are you feeling for tomorrow? Is nerves ever an issue for you, or are you just quite chill?
I suppose it's hard to not get nerves, I suppose. It's just whether it affects how you fight and stuff. Generally when I get the bad thoughts, I just watch them, and then what my mind does is I'll maybe get a bad thought, and then my mind starts reassuring myself, and that's my pattern all the time. And I feel that maybe my mind's over the years it's worked a good way to kind of deal with it, and I feel a lot better. When I first used to fight, I used to get absolutely terrified. Like I couldn't sleep the night before, and all day I would just hide in my bed under my quilt. But as I've getting more experienced, it doesn't affect how I perform if I do get the nerves at all. So it's just a sensation in your body end of the day, and just the more fights you have, the more you get used to that sensation, and you can kind of keep it under control. It's like nothing new. A lot of times people just panic about getting these anxious feelings, and then they start wiping out about that, and then it kind of spirals and gets worse and worse. So sorry mate. So it's just keeping under check, and just realise that it's nothing new. It's just the same as all the time. It's the same as every time I go to the gym and train. If I talk to a different gym and spar with somebody, I get them nervous feelings, and that's spar good. So it's no different from that.
Have you seen your opponent around the hotel, and is it ever sort of a strange feeling when you come face to face with him?
It doesn't really bother us, because what's he possibly going to do? He's going to have slides. Is he going to come over and give a shit? Because I would fight him right there and then if he did want to, So that doesn't really bother us, stuff like that. Whereas I don't really want to fight him there and then, and he probably doesn't. But if he did, I'm happy to. But then on the weigh-ins as well, I'd definitely seen him about, but the first time I seen him there was when we were in our queues to go for the official weigh-ins there, and kind of as we got close, he looked at us and then just went oh, all right, and shook my hand and just said, I think he said best of luck and that. But I don't really want to talk to him beforehand much at all. I don't really want anything to do with him beforehand. I'm sure he's a nice guy and stuff, but I really want to hurt him tomorrow, and then I'll maybe talk to him after that. Yeah.
Why is it you don't want to talk to him?
I just don't want to show any kind of chinks in the armour. You get some people who they try and befriend people, before even though they're going to fight them, and it just makes them settle with their nerves, because they think, oh, he's a nice guy sort of thing, he's my friend, and it makes them feel a bit more comfortable fighting somebody who's their friend. Oh, I'm just fighting like my friend, sort of thing. Whereas I'd rather have that aura of they don't know. So I don't really want to give anything away to them, I feel I'm generally a nice person to talk about.
Not letting them settle.
Yeah, just us. I don't know how good he is dealing with his doubts and his nerves and stuff, and any little advantage you can get, you want to take it.
Yeah.